Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with these nerds.
Nathan Nerdarch.
Nerdarchy Ted.
And we're diving back into Starfinder, and we're talking races, the human.
Jump down the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So Starfinder, species, we're talking humans. So humans is kind of like a short section as far as the races go, or species go. But, you know, all of them are the same. They're 2 pages, right? Well, humans is technically 2 pages, but we have a lot of blank space on one of those pages.
It gets squished down.
Yeah. Where the android, you know, kind of like tripled that section. Not only that though, like when you're talking about their stats, like they don't get any penalties because they're humans. They just get a +2 to any one ability, and then their hit points are 4, which is kind of the middle of the road as far as species hit points.
You know, with humans, unless you happen to be visiting us from another planet, all of us here are humans. We're used to being us, and I actually think that Starfinder does a good job of describing what humans are in the current world. So it's on page 44, and I actually, it says, ambitious, creative, and endless curious, humans have shown more drive to explore their system and the universe beyond any of their neighboring races. For better or for worse, they've helped us usher in a new era of system-wide communication and organization, and are admired for their passion and tenacity. But their tendency to shoot first and think about the consequence later can make them a liability for those races otherwise inclined to work with them. For not being, or for being this is the generic, there's still enough there. It's like, yeah, mechanics aside, that little paragraph packs such a punch that there's still a big drive to play humans.
Well, not only that, like as far as their abilities, they don't get a lot, but they're also a little bit more customizable than the other races, because you get the bonus feat, you get more skills, they get no penalties. Like all that is kind of nice, and at the end of the day, like everyone kind of knows how to play a human.
That's true.
And the bonus feat is a great way to customize your character.
So, physical description, well, they're human. We all kind of know what we look like. We all kind of, they all kind of look the same. They're based off the Galorian campaign setting, which was the Pathfinder campaign setting. And one of the most interesting things about the humans is they definitely do not have a homeworld.
Right. Because Galorian is gone. They don't know what happened to it.
Right, yeah. And the gap is the biggest deal for them than anyone else, because there's the place where all that recorded information would have been isn't there anymore.
Right.
So, so that adds an extra level of intrigue to humans, but it also does something else. It means they're scattered throughout. You might be from a colony of humans. You might be just living with another race, alongside them. And that's the other thing. They're kind of like everywhere.
So you had mentioned, off camera, that the humans look like the androids just without the
circuitry.
The circuitry. So like that's another, linkage that I thought was interesting, that if like you've got androids but they all look like humans, that like.
Well, the thing about that is one of the things that goes on to say, especially in the sections with like dealing with other races, androids can be kind of suspicious of humans because humans are kind of their creators. But that initial creation wasn't particularly a great thing with them, because the android race, started off as kind of a slave race.
Right.
And that's the other thing that when you go into the alignment section of humans, and it says, humans can be pretty much any other alignment, but when other races view humans, they're like, yeah, they're clearly chaotic. Like, sometimes they're lawful, sometimes they're chaotic, sometimes they're neutral, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're evil, but you never know, because you could go to this colony of humans and they govern completely different than this colony of humans, and may have completely different worldviews.
And it's very apropos to us as people. So I think they took that concept and married it well with the setting that we're playing in.
And that's a concept that you see in a lot of sci-fi genre in general, is that idea that humans kind of break all the molds and bother all the other races who tend to seem to have like a more linear way of dealing with things.
They're kind of like rats on a ship. Once the ship makes landfall, then the place is infested with rats. So basically, you know, as far as playing, you know, any particular class or theme with being a human, everything is wide open for you. You're not going to be limited anywhere. There is not going to be a better or worse choice. There's just different choices.
Yeah, I mean, with a flat, you know, +2 to wherever you want it to be, it's going to work with any class. It's going to work with any theme.
So we talked a little bit how there's a strained relationship between androids and humans, because humans are kind of the parent race, and well, as we said, that wasn't particularly great. Well, another race that they have a little bit of trouble with too is the Vesk, and it's not so much that they have trouble with the Vesk. The Vesk have trouble with them because the Vesk are conquerors. And they kind of view the humans as being the same. So you know, they see them kind of as like competition, so they got to keep a wary eye on them. But like, I think the rest of the races are kind of like take the humans with a grain of salt, because as we stated, they can kind of go any which way as far as their morals and personalities go, and most of the races have kind of accepted that. But it also talks about how humans are like the glue of the galaxy, because they're the ones that kind of are constantly pushing for expansion. Of all the races, humans just never know their place in the galaxy.
That comes from, I mean, they lost their home world, and with the Vesk, especially that kind of confrontation, the Vesk, if they're going to see everything as kind of like a military infraction or like, an attack on their territory, the humans are just like, well, we can't live on ships forever, so we need to touch on the ground somewhere.
I think one of the biggest things with humans and relating to other races is the other races basically find them kind of a pain in the butt because they're just confusing to understand what it is and what you're getting, with each different human and human settlement, because they're so vastly different. It's like, we go over here and these guys are like space hippies, and then you're over here and they're extreme xenophobes. So you never know what you're going to get. So most races are just confused and perplexed when they encounter humans, and maybe a little wary.
And I mean, that's something that you're going to have to deal with. And when they have broken up into these factions and groups, in order to survive, whoever's going to be the strongest, for lack of a better word, leader, they're going to drive them in whatever way best suits them. So it makes it easy for all these groups to go in a million different directions. And that's got to be, pretty normal for us, but challenging for other races that don't have that type of pathway. All right, so it boils down to, you can play, if you want to play something that is kind of mechanically superior because you don't suffer any kind of disadvantages, then human is clearly right for you. If you're looking to play a character and you want to enjoy the aspect of having other species or races not know how to take you until they met you, then, human is right for that. Or if you're looking for that kind of like ultimate customization within race, humans have that ability to choose from a wide selection of feats, and they get it right at first level, as well as, having an extra skill that you wouldn't normally have, and you've got the wide array of choices. Humans are going to be your key point.
So what do you guys think? What race are you playing in Starfinder? Is human on your list? Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out the articles over at nerdarchy.com.
Or you can hang out with us over on Facebook.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.